Alrighty, so I finally worked up to courage to make this video. Introduction real quick. I am Bearded SSJ, or Jordan is my real name. Um, wanted to talk, I wanted to make this video to talk more about the AGET method, and I see everyone making videos, and it gets me really excited. It gets me pumped to see everyone on their journeys doing their thing. So I wanted to add value and make a video of myself. Introductory. So Jordan, full time. I used to go to college, so I graduated. I'm a software engineer, and I'm doing the AGET method. I've been doing it for a while. Had an interest in Japanese probably since I was 5 years old. And it just kind of grew from there. Tried to teach myself Japanese when I was 18. Tried the Pimples method, didn't work, and then I stumbled upon the AGET method probably in 2009, 2010. So yes, I have been doing this for quite some time, on and off, and I'll go into that a little bit later. So from there, I started RTK. I quit twice. Main reason because I was in college during that time. So computer science in college, it was really tough to do AGET full time. Also, I was an RA, but just making excuses. So what I ended up doing was finishing RTK. And then I did of course, sentence mining. And the problem I saw, for me, what I got hung up on was Anki. And I got basically, I would say, obsessed, really. I spent too much time in Anki. I spent, hours upon hours upon hours just doing Anki reps, doing sentences, and yeah, it was crazy. So I finished RTK. I don't have a official timeline because I don't honestly remember when I finished RTK. It's been a few number of years. So I finished RTK, continued to do sentence mining, and then I studied abroad in 2014 during the summer. Most of my classes were only offered once a semester, so I only was allowed to do it during the summer in order to graduate on time. So did that, studied abroad. I had a great time. Learned a lot. I also transferred into one of the highest Japanese classes, which was pretty exciting because I had never taken a formal Japanese class. So I think what kept me motivated was the people around me. So a lot of my friends had the opportunity to take Japanese classes and study during school, and I didn't have that opportunity, but I didn't want that to stop me. So I kept pushing on, and once I got back that year, a lot happened. My Japanese studies fell down the drain pretty much. I was focusing on graduating and then finding a job, so I did that, and I still did most of my reps. There are times where I would go on spurts, maybe 6 months without doing anything, but I was still always watching anime and playing games in Japanese. So yeah, so I've known about AGET for quite some time. I haven't gotten to the level that I wanted to, and that's why I kind of wanted to make this video to sort of document my process from here on out. So currently I'm doing RTK1 again. I never did RTK3. Once I was done with RTK, I just was so, just wanted to be finished with it. I didn't want anything to do with it, so I never really returned back. So I'm kind of revamping my Japanese ability. Definitely wouldn't say I'm a beginner. I'd say I'm maybe around the intermediate stage, lower intermediate stage. I never made the transition to modeling. Well, that is something that has plagued me for a long time, and I think that is another reason why I felt like I couldn't do it. But now, hey, I'm here to stick it out. I'm here for the long run. A goal of mine is to work for a Japanese company, in game design eventually, and in the gaming field eventually. And so that's what I want to do. I want to make sure my Japanese is where it needs to be. So that's why I'm continuing on, and I'm in it for the long game. So, what else? Yeah, I also never really got into reading, reading a lot of manga. I'm just doing that now. So I definitely, I found out about Man's channel a few years ago, but I saw his video on the monolingual transition, and I followed that for a little bit, and probably for the I think for maybe a month, and I got about 200 cards in, and I really was seeing improvement, and I could see that I was understanding Japanese more. So I think the reason I went back to RTK was because there were kanji that I would see, and I would kind of remember from RTK and have a vague idea of it, but I didn't know the meaning behind it. And I thought, okay, going back makes sense. So I wanted to go back, and I'm about halfway between. So 3000 is in RTK 1 and 3, so I'm about a little bit over half. I don't remember the exact number. So yeah, another thing. So what am I doing now? Right now, I am, as I said, doing RTK. I have my immersion MP3 going on, which is nice because I can have that at work. If I'm sitting, coding some stuff, I can put on some Japanese and not really worry about it. So it's just great. But yeah, I wanted to just make this video just to talk about, my experience and, what how the AJAT has affected me, because I definitely, I guess when you tell people about it, how people react. They think it's crazy, or they think like, oh, you're some type of genius. But it's like, honestly, like I'm really passionate about it, and I really want it. And so it's something I've wanted for a long, long time. So I definitely am here to stay. And so yeah, I just wanted to talk and let you guys know, like, don't get too, wrapped up in Anki. Yes, still do reviews, but definitely focus more on the native materials, as people have been saying, Matt. And so yeah, what else? So sorry, I'm looking at my notepad to make sure I'm staying on track. I don't want it to be this too long, because I've seen some of the videos, and I don't want to rush, so, or to take too long. So I'm not doing any editing because I have no idea how to do that. So what's next? So yeah, I do have a full-time job, so I work 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. A lot of my immersion comes from anime or variety shows. So yeah, so the point of this channel for me is I wanted to document my process first off, and I wanted to provide value to the language learning community as well. I want to give them little tidbits that I felt that would help, or aid people in some way, shape, or form. So I'm all about that. So a lot of my time, I don't get as much active immersion during the week as I would like. Maybe at most, maybe an half hour to an hour of watching shows. But I get a lot of passive immersion during work. I can get 8 hours of passive immersion during my work. And on my breaks, what I usually tend to end up doing is reading manga. So I'll read about 3 chapters, which doesn't take too long. I get 20-minute breaks. So read 3 chapters of manga a day. So I can finish a volume probably within 3 days, which is nice. I also, on my lunch break, I will watch anime, or still have my passive immersion going. I get a lot of my active immersion usually during the weekends. So a lot of shows that, that are actively going on right now that I want to watch, or that I can watch, I make sure I, watch those, and I have a set playlist of things that I want to watch on my desktop, so I can, watch them when I get the chance. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then for my passive immersion, what I'm usually do is I watch, or I listen to all of the things that I actively watch during that week. So that definitely helps tremendously, because I can constantly hear that immersion going, and it just reinforces, the Japanese that I've already seen. And so at the end of the week, I will remove that music, and instead of deleting it, I have an iTunes playlist on my computer that I would upload that. So I have about, like, right now, like, close to 1,000 different, songs or whatever you want to call them on my iTunes. And so I'll have that immersion playlist. So when I'm doing stuff in Anki, or if I'm, adding new cards to RTK, I can listen to my playlist on iTunes instead of listening to the smaller playlist. Usually I do that on Sundays and whatnot. But yeah, Do I have anything else? Yeah, I'm not gonna make too many videos. I don't want to bombard people with the videos or take too long or waste people's time because you should be age adding. But yeah, I just want to add value. Watch give some recommendations of shows that I like or shows that hey I think this would be great to mine or hey I think this would be great to listen to or watch something that's not too hard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't want to waste anyone else's time, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. I felt like I haven't been making this video, or I've been avoiding it because I felt like, I didn't want to feel like, oh man, I've been age-atting or I've been knowing about age-at since way back when Cats really was starting it. I guess I was just really stubborn as far as, not that I didn't want to start age-at, but I was so, I was so I was thinking about more like classes, like, oh, I'm going to take a class and learn this, or I'm going to take a class and learn that. And I realized that once I was in college that that's not always the case, where just because you take a class on whatever doesn't mean that you're going to know, that material as well as you should, or you're not going to, there's not going to be a teacher who's going to teach you like you think they are. So once I realized that, because I tried tons and tons and tons of different methods, and so once I realized that and tried all those methods, and I was like, well, this isn't working. I'm going to go back to the age method and try it and stick it out. And yeah, now that I have, I definitely has helped me in other aspects of my life. I study Japanese probably every single day. I'm on 126 streak on Anki, so pretty excited about that. And yeah, I'm just here to add value. I'll probably do maybe once a month video or something like that. Not as an update video, but more as a, hey, this is what I did, or goals or things that I've accomplished. Right now my goals for May are read 5 volumes of manga. And I want to finish or start getting close to where One Piece is. And right now I'm on episode like 25 or 24. So it's a goal to make it to episode 50 by the end of March, but really, honestly, it's to do more reading, because I definitely can tell the reading has definitely helped. And if you haven't gotten an immersion MP3, I would highly suggest it. I was, I had an old iPod, the big fat one, and had that and used that during college. But I now having this small MP3, it's amazing. Definitely has helped. So thank you to people who are continuing to make videos and talk about age-at, and thank you, Matt. And there's a bunch of other people to thank, and I probably won't get to them. But yeah, just keep on keeping on. And yeah, I don't really have anything else. I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I'm not fluent, but I feel like I definitely can lend a helping hand to people who are just now starting, or who are trying to, find material that they, that they want to listen to or want to watch. I think the last thing I'll leave you guys with before heading out is, if you're struggling with immersion or struggling with finding shows that you can understand, because it definitely is hard in the beginning to understand certain things, I would say pick a show that you've already seen or your favorite show and watch that in Japanese without subtitles. So for myself, that was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I've seen that time and time again without without English subtitles. So yeah, I can watch that time and time again. I watched Hunter x Hunter. I watched it the first time with subtitles, and then afterwards I watched it without. And I also have the original, so I'm watching that as well. So that definitely helped me get the ball rolling, get me used to listening, used to certain sounds. Then once I moved on, then I got a better idea of, hey, this is something I can watch, or this is something that I enjoy. So I definitely, yeah, don't spend too much time, looking for stuff. Or as far as like watch a show, I'd say give it 3 to 5 minutes. That's my personal opinion. I give my shows 3 to 5 minutes. If I am not interested, or if it doesn't make sense or I can't understand, then I will just find a different show. There's tons of material out there. So why even be obsessed? Why even, get to the nitty gritty? So yeah, this is Bearded SSJ, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.